5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Two and a throw right away. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Throwing on second and long. Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That one good for 26 and a first down. Looking to pass. Tua. He dumps it off to A-Chain. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. You look at this Jaguar defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
7 yards there and a first down.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
A gain of 5. And it'll be second down.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A gain there of 30 big ones. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
Tua, fast pass outside, complete.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
Now ETN to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
4 yards on
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. You talk about this Miami defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
They'll run with Etienne. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive. Stop them on the first drive defensively.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Jaguars had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence under pressure, and they got to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. At their own 40-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
2nd and 10. A give up the middle to H.A. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. That is caught. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Tua sets up to pass it. Well, that's brought in by Knight.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
And he comes back with one complete. And he stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Jaguars are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, have 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
At the 14-yard line.
Lawrence will throw. Going
down the middle, and it's complete.
Loose inside the 30. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne. taking it in. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he's up to the 47.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Tua now on first down. Open. And the ball is knocked out.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Tua to throw again. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
You know, he's been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Throw caught by A-Chain. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away.
That's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down. He was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock
for the third quarter.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A short throw to Ingram. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now Lawrence. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, they took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll send Kirk in motion right. On third down, Lawrence. And looking for Cook, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Lawrence.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
It's a gain of 2. And the Jaguars.
ETN once more.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
ETN. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
One more time with ETN.
And this time he is in.
Travis Etienne.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Jags get a bit closer. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. Oh, he had a man running free. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots it.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
What are you doing?
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Looking downfield for Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are right back in this football game. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
The part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition pick 6 from earlier in this game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Right back to A-Chain on 2nd down.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
They'll run for it with A-Chain.
Well, he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field. Everything he got there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And going deep for Hill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are right back in this football game.
So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago. But that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. From the gun, it's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Lawrence. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Well, 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Now Tagovailoa.
And he slides and covers up at the end. This is going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
This is 1st and 10. Back to throw, Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all, and they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, it turned into letdown city. And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
That'll be caught by Hill.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Miami, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.